Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing very well. Welcome to this edition of our Sunday series Places in News, where we bring to you some of the places that have been in news lately. Let's begin with our today's discussion with the very first location as Nord Stream pipeline. So recently this has been in news as the Nord Stream gas pipelines have been hit by some unexplained leaks. As we know, the Nord Stream pipelines link Russia and Europe and it transports natural gas to the European Union countries. To know a bit of the background, the Nord Stream pipelines have been at the center of geopolitical tensions because Russia has cut down the gas supplies to Europe, and that is to respond against the Western sanctions that were put on Russia following its invasion of Ukraine. So now if we talk about the Nord Stream pipeline, first of all, it is a 1200-kilometer long subsea export gas pipeline that runs under the Baltic Sea. So it carries natural gas from Russia to Europe. Now, as you can see, the Nord Stream consists of two pipelines. This is the Nord Stream 1 and this is Nord Stream 2. So the Nord Stream 1 that starts from Vyborg, that's a place in Russia, in Leningrad, till Greifswald in Germany. Then we have the Nord Stream 2 that starts from Ust-Luga in Russia, and again it joins a place called Lubmin. So this is Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2. Till now there have been 4 cases of leaks found in the both of the Nord Stream pipelines. The NATO says that the pipeline have been sabotaged. Up till now the Nord Stream 1 was functional, but the Nord Stream 2 pipeline has never been activated. Now if we particularly talk about the pipelines, these are placed at depth of around 80 to 110 meters. It is made up of steel, which is around 4 centimeter thick, and the outer layer, which is made of concrete, is around 11 centimeters. And the pipelines have internal diameter of around 1.153 meters. Now let us talk about the Baltic Sea. First of all, the Baltic Sea is the largest expanse of brackish water in the world. It is semi-enclosed. As you can see, it opens to the North Sea, to the state of Kattegat and the Strait of Skagerrak. Also, the Baltic Sea is relatively shallow. Now, the sea is an arm of the North Atlantic Ocean and it is bound by the Scandinavian Peninsula. Here we have Norway and Sweden, the mainland of Northern Europe, Eastern Europe and Central Europe, and also the Danish islands. Now, it is surrounded by 9 countries. First of all, we have Germany, Denmark, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia. Also, here we see a little portion that is exclave of Russia. This is known by the name Kaliningrad. Therefore, we also say that Baltic Sea is surrounded by Russia. Further on, we have Finland, and here we have Sweden. Now, the Baltic Sea includes Gulf of Bothnia to the north. We have the Bay of Bothnia. Also, we have the Gulf of Finland over here. Here we have the Gulf of Riga. And this is the Gulf of Gdansk. Well, this was all about the Baltic Sea and the Nord Stream pipelines. Let's move on to our next location now, and that is Zimbabwe. It was recently seen in news as a measles outbreak has killed more than 700 children and infected thousands of others across the country. So let us see where is Zimbabwe located. Now, as you can look in the map, this is Zimbabwe and the capital city is Harare. It is a landlocked country that is located in Southeast Africa, and this is between the Zambezi River, the Zambezi and the Limpopo rivers. Now, if you see the bordering countries, to the south we have South Africa, to the southwest we have Botswana, in the north we see Zambia, and to the east it is bordered by Mozambique. Here you see Namibia, but it does not touch Zimbabwe. Therefore, it does not share the same border with Zimbabwe. Now, let us see a bit of the history of country. Zimbabwe was a part of British colony, and the country was formerly named as Southern Rhodesia or Rhodesia. So it achieved majority rule and internationally recognized independence in April 1980 following a long period of colonial rule. So today, Zimbabwe is a republic with presidential system of government. Now let us see some of the geographical features of the country. So as you can see, this is Zimbabwe with the capital city Harare. To the north, as you see, we have the Zambezi River. So this is the Zambezi River. And to the south, you see Limpopo River. So the country's landmass is situated between the Zambezi River and the Limpopo River. Now the country's extreme east is mountainous. So the green region, as you can see, it is mountainous, and this is known as Eastern Highlands. Eastern Highlands with Mount Nyangani as the highest point. So the Eastern Highlands is a mountainous range that is bordering Zimbabwe. Here we have Mozambique. One important feature is the Victoria Falls, the famous Victoria Falls. Here we have the Victoria Falls, and this is located in the country's extreme northwest, and it is a part of the Zambezi River itself. And one more thing about the Zambezi River, it is the fourth longest river in Africa. So this was a little bit about Zimbabwe. Now let us move on to our next location, and that is Uruguay. Recently this was seen in news as India and Uruguay delegations met to explore possibilities of cooperation in the field of agriculture. Let us look into the map. Where is Uruguay situated? Uruguay is a South American nation, and actually it is the second smallest country in South America after Suriname. So here we have Uruguay. The capital city is Montevideo. Now it shares borders with Argentina to the west and southwest, and Brazil to the north and northeast, while bordering the Rio de la Plata. Here we have a water body. It is an estuary that is known as Rio de la Plata to the south, and also the Atlantic Ocean to the southeast. Now one important fact about the country is that Uruguay is regarded as one of the most socially progressive countries in Latin America. It is ranked first in South America in terms of democracy, peace, low perception of corruption, and also e-government. And also it is the lowest ranking South American nation in Global Terrorism Index. Now let us talk about some of the geographical features. First of all, Uruguay is the only South American country that is situated entirely south of the Tropic of Capricorn. Further on, there is Uruguay River that serves as the western boundary of Uruguay with Argentina. And also the highest point of the country is Mount Cathedral. Now as you can see in the map, this is Uruguay with the capital city Montevideo. Here we have the Uruguay River. This one is the Uruguay River, which is actually the boundary between Argentina and Uruguay. And here we have Brazil. Now this is the Atlantic Ocean. And here we have a water body that is known as Rio de la Plata. This is also known as a river plate or the Rio de la Plata. Now it is an estuary that is formed by the confluence of the Uruguay River and the Parana River, and it finally empties into the Atlantic Ocean and forms funnel-shaped indentation on the southeastern coastline of South America. So some consider it to be a river and some consider it to be an estuary or a gulf. Now if this region is considered to be a river, it is the widest river in the world with the maximum width of 220 kilometers. So this was a little bit about Uruguay. Now let us move on to our next location, and that is Tajikistan. So again we have a Central Asian country. It was recently seen in news as violent border clashes between Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan took place, killing 100 people. So let us look into the map. Where is Tajikistan situated? So as you can see in the map, this is Tajikistan with the capital city Dushanbe, and it is a landlocked country in Central Asia. As we know, all the 5 Central Asian countries are landlocked, and actually Uzbekistan is known to be doubly landlocked. Now Tajikistan is separated narrowly from Pakistan by the Afghanistan's Wakhan corridor. Now this region is known as the Wakhan corridor or the Wakhan tract. Now if you see the boundaries, to the north we have Kyrgyzstan, to the east there is China, to the south we have Afghanistan, and to the west it is bordered by Uzbekistan. So I'll leave you with one question in this video. You have to name the capitals of all the 5 Central Asian countries. You have to align it from north to south. Now if we talk about little bit history of the region, Tajikistan became an independent sovereign nation in the year 1991 when the Soviet Union disintegrated. And politically, Tajikistan is a presidential republic consisting of 4 provinces. Also, the country has been led by President Emomali Rahman since 1994, who rules an authoritarian regime. Now let us discuss some of the geographical features. First of all, this is Tajikistan. The capital city is Dushanbe. Here we have Kyrgyzstan. This is China, Uzbekistan, and this is Afghanistan. And this little region, as we have already discussed, it is the Wakhan corridor or the Wakhan tract. Now as you see, the entire country is shaded in green. That means the whole of the region is mountainous. Now much of the country is covered in the Pamir mountain ranges. So as we know, the Pamir mountains are a mountain range between Central Asia, South Asia and East Asia, and it is located at a junction with other notable mountains. Now this region is also known as the Pamir Knot because it is the convergence of one of the major mountain ranges of the world that include Tian Shan, the Karakoram, Kunlun and Hindu Kush mountain ranges. So here we have the Tian Shan mountain range, the Kunlun mountain range, the Karakoram mountain ranges, the Himalayan mountain ranges, and here we have the Hindu Kush mountain range. Now if you see over here, we also have the famous Fergana Valley. So I'll leave you with the second question. You have to name the ruler that came from Fergana Valley and invaded India, the famous ruler. You can write your answers in the comment section below. Now, coming to the rivers, there are over 900 rivers in Tajikistan that are longer than 10 kilometers. Some of the famous rivers are the Amu Darya River, we have the Amu Darya River, the Panj River. Also here we have the Pamir River. Now the Amu Darya River and the Panj River marks the border of Tajikistan with Afghanistan. Again, the Amu Darya River rises from the Pamir Mountains itself. So this was a little bit about Tajikistan. And that's all for this edition of Places in News. I hope you liked the video. I will see you with some other topic tomorrow. Till then, take care and do stay tuned. And with this, we call it a wrap of today's edition of Places in News. I hope you liked the video. I will see you with some other video tomorrow. Till then, take care and do stay tuned.